Young men, stop waiting for government handouts. The social grants aren't busy saving you, they are busy enslaving you. They are causing you to become weaker, they are causing you to become more fearful, they are causing you to be more frustrated, they are causing you to be more stressed, they are causing you to be more depressed. There is a different way. And I want to be very clear over here from the get-go that I am addressing a very specific individual today. Young men aged 18 all the way up to 35 specifically. And hey, if we're just meeting now for the first time, my name is William Moyses, founder and CEO of King in Me, the fastest growing, faith-based, conservative, values-driven, personal and performance coaching organization for young people, leaders and entrepreneurs and businesses. And I'm so excited to be sharing with you here today, trying to give you just some pointers with regards to the way forward for you, some clear call to actions today that I believe will empower you. It will enrich you in a massive and mighty way. So like you guys well know, specifically over here in South Africa, we are looking at roughly around 64.7 odd million people from a population point of view, and roughly around 28 million people in this beautiful country of South Africa are currently receiving social grants, handouts from the government specifically. Now, listen, you might think that's such a noble cause from the government and so forth, but listen, if you dig a bit deeper, you'll begin to see that it's an absolute trap. It's a poverty trap of note. It is a trap that will continue to perpetuate poverty moving forward, because charity does not work. Whenever charity is not matched with empowerment, true empowerment, then things will just get worse. It will not get better. It will get worse, because when humanity is ultimately left to itself, it doesn't become better. It actually becomes worse over time, unless God intervenes, unless God activates the young men, which I believe he will do through this video over here. Unless God activates young men and young men begin taking responsibility, young men begin stepping into their purpose, into their role, into their assignment, into the calling that God has for their lives, you can see some drastic change begin to take place and happen within a country. So what I want to do today is I want to break down just a couple of things over here for us specifically, for every single young man watching here today. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the social grant, campione, it's not going to save you. In fact, it's just enslaving you further. God has called you for so much more. Number one, God has got plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. He's got a destiny for you. He's got an assignment for you. He's got a work for you. And when you left your mother's womb, campione, you came through your mother's womb carrying a gift or gifts. And it is our responsibility to respond to the ability that God has ultimately blessed us with. You have been called for a time such as this. So we don't need more grant money. We need more purpose. We need to have an awakening on the inside as to what God has called us into, and as to what your role is as a young man living and residing within this beautiful country of South Africa. Because the first instruction God gives to mankind is not to receive government handouts, but rather to be fruitful, meaning to be productive, to produce something, to produce work, to produce a product or a service or a skill set, but to produce something based off of what God has already given untowards us on the inside. And now more than ever, I want you to understand this, young man watching. I want you to understand that this land, this country is filled with tremendous amounts of opportunities. Why? Because there are problems literally all over. And it's about value creation. And what that means, I know that a lot of YouTube gurus and whatever throw around that term value creation, but what does it ultimately mean to create value? Well, something is valuable when it solves a problem, right? When it solves a problem. So you are able to create value when you start focusing on what other problems people have, and then start using what God gave you to come up with a solution, a product or a service or something that you can give towards them that can help solve that problem. And the more effectively you begin to do that, the better, the more your life will begin to progress and move forward. Because what the social grants do, it creates a me, I, and mine attitude, where everything is just about this one particular individual. It's me, I, and mine. It's no longer then about we, ours, and us. And you and I need to understand something as young men living and residing within this beautiful country. We need to understand that the world owes us nothing. It owes us nothing. I know that the government will like to pump that down your throat that, you are owed this because of this, or you are owed that because of that person over there. The world owes you and I nothing. In fact, you and I owe the world. Let no debt remain outstanding except the continuing debt to love one another. It is our responsibility to respond to the ability that God has placed and put within us so that we can begin to serve our fellow man and bless our fellow man. So practically, what does this ultimately look like? Well, a couple of things over here. Number one, as a young man, you have a responsibility to get up early in the morning. You need to get up early. You need to wake up early so you can start grafting, start working, start knocking, start seeking and making a difference, making an impact wherever you might find yourself. And I know maybe perhaps you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, well, heck, William, I'm living in a shack, or I don't have electricity at home. My family's poor. Just because you were born into a poor family does not mean that you must stay stuck like that. Because remember, you and I are not our circumstances. We are the decisions that we make. And when you and I learn to make decisions with precision based on God's vision and not selfish ambition, then you and I will be able to make it through any condition moving forward. And God's word is there to help us, to guide us, to lead us, and to train us in righteousness, meaning to train us in what we ought to do, which is the right thing according to God. Let me say it a bit differently. To train us in righteousness, meaning to train us in doing what is right. Because you don't need more drugs, you don't need more alcohol, you don't need more cheap sex, you don't need more porn. You need to start doing what is right. You don't need more things to make you feel good. You need to start doing good. So number one, get up early. Right? Number two, start creating things. Use the creativity God has blessed you with to create products or services or assets or something that can make other people's lives better. And in order for you to do that, you need to stop focusing on who? Yourself, and start focusing on other people and how you can serve them, how you can bless them, how you can give untowards them. But I don't have money to give. Listen, you've got time to give. So give of your time. Get plugged into a local church near you somewhere and start serving, start blessing, start giving. Get plugged into a local non-profit company or non-profit organization near you and start serving. Go to the hospital and start praying for the sick. But do something. Get moving. Get active, because by you sitting passively at home, playing video games, watching porn, just eating amakota, like it's not going to make things better for you. Or eating your McDonald's dorsal, it's not going to make your life better. Start doing good, meaning start serving other people and not just yourself, because life is about purpose, not pleasure. Because the pleasure that you are looking for as a young man is not found in the drugs or the alcohol or the cheap sex or the pornography. It's not found there. It's found in you fulfilling your God-given purpose and responsibility on this earth. So number one, get up early. All right. Number two, start creating. Number three, start initiating, meaning stop waiting for people to come. Stop waiting for people to come and knock on your door, and get out there. Jesus Christ teaches us, ask, seek, knock. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open. So get out there and initiate. Find out, where are the men's groups that are busy taking place, the Bible study men's groups that are busy taking place in your city, in your town. And if there's nothing inside your town, then maybe it's a good idea for you to start. For you to start at your school, for you to start at your university campus, for you to start at your college, for you to start at your sports team. But initiate. Stop waiting for other people to initiate, and you start setting the pace. And you'll be shocked how this is a game changer for you as a young man moving forward. So number three, initiate. Number four, and by the way, they're in no particular order over here, so you can kind of see where you need to kind of make the adjustments over there. Because again, remember, true men, listen very carefully, true men don't make excuses, they make adjustments. Yep, true men don't make excuses, they make adjustments. So number four, do proper research. It's worth you taking the time to do research with regards to the problem that you are trying to solve. It's worth it. It's worth it. Number five, I want you, and I'm encouraging you here today, listen to me very carefully, to listen and to watch content that'll encourage you, but also correct your wrong behavior. Because you and I need that. Because in order for healthy growth to take place, you need both encouragement as well as correction. You can't just have encouragement. You need both encouragement and correction. You need both. The EC formula over there. Encouragement and correction. You and I, we need both in order for holistic growth to take place and to happen. And then lastly, again, I've mentioned this one already before, offer your time, because right now you might not have money, but you got time. Offer your time to serve. Right? I was sharing with a young man yesterday. He's an absolute champion of note. All right. And I was sharing with him yesterday, one of the quickest ways to learn is for you to find someone maybe, that you are inspired by, that you maybe see even on social media or whatever, and find a way that you can add value to them by maybe offering your time, saying, listen, I'm willing to do whatever work you have within your company, right? And I'm even willing to do it for free. Yeah, for free. Well, how the heck am I going to get to work? Champ, make a plan. Make a plan. Start thinking. Start being creative in your problem solving. But get somewhere, right? Get to a company that you are maybe inspired by and say, listen, I've got time. I'm here. I'm willing to serve. I'm willing to learn. Please, here I am. I know I can't add that much, but I've got my time. Send me to go get coffee or whatever. But I'm willing to work. I'm willing to learn. And I'm willing to even do it completely free of charge. But what about me getting paid? Champ, you're getting paid in experience, you're getting paid in knowledge, you're getting paid in association, okay? You're getting paid in proximity, and proximity is power, right? Walk with the wise and become wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. I remember specifically within my own life when, a couple of years ago, I wanted to meet people that built something from nothing, right, by the grace of God, because that's what we were trying to do with King and Me by the grace of the living God, right? And lo and behold, God exposed me to these individuals. And I remember literally from Monday to Friday in the mornings for an hour a day, specifically, I was able to be around these men, right, who were wanting to get around the word of God and so forth. And I was able to use what God gave me, which is a voice, which is to share, bits and pieces of my experience with the youth and so forth, and how we help them and all of that. But I was able to be around these individuals, right? And we were serving early hours of the morning on a Saturday, power hour from 5 a.m. to about 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, okay? But I was able to be around these men free of charge. Like, I wasn't getting paid anything. I wanted to be exposed to these guys because I know I needed knowledge, I needed understanding, I needed wisdom. And that's what you and I need as young men. We need the right knowledge, we need understanding of that knowledge, and then we need the wisdom, the application of that knowledge, right? And that is available. Now, some of you are going to dismiss this completely and be like, well, you don't know where I come from. Well, chap, listen, you're either going to make an excuse or you're going to make an adjustment. But if you are hungry, I'm telling you, if you are hungry, you'll make a plan. I'm telling you right now, if you are hungry, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you are sick and tired of being stuck the way you are being stuck, you would be willing to make some adjustments. You would be willing to make certain sacrifices. Now, you can either go sacrifice towards drugs and alcohol, right, and completely piss your entire life away, or you can make the godly sacrifices. That's your choice. But most importantly, as we close this today, most importantly for you as a man, is have a relationship with God. Have a relationship with Him. Because promotion ultimately comes from Him. That is by far the most important part of this entire video. Have a relationship with God. Because the social grant ain't going to save you, but Jesus Christ can. And He will show you the way you ought to take. Hey, listen, if you found this video helpful, I want you to comment down below. What was an aha moment for you? I want you to like the video, subscribe as well, share this video with your other mates, with your other friends. I'm a buffos, right? Share this video far and wide and let's see the young men be empowered. Stop wasting your youth. Your life matters. Your decisions matter. Your destiny matters. Your purpose matters. And now is the time for you, young champ, to arise and shine.